Hi guys, today we are going to talk about Abraham Lincoln. The compelling life of Abraham Lincoln, from log cabin to the White House. Name: Abraham Lincoln, remembered forever as the Great Emancipator. Birthplace: Sinking Spring Farm, near Hodgenville, Kentucky, USA. Date of birth: February 12, 1809. Born in a crude one-room log cabin, Lincoln's life began in deep rural poverty. His father, Thomas Lincoln, was a farmer and carpenter, and his mother, Nancy, died when Abraham was just 9 years old. He grew up in the harsh wilderness of Indiana and later Illinois, helping on the farm and receiving barely a year of formal schooling. But Lincoln had a thirst for knowledge. He would walk miles to borrow a book, reading late into the night by firelight. His favorite works included the Bible, Aesop's Fables, and Shakespeare. Young man of the frontier. Lincoln worked many jobs in his early years. Rail splitter, clearing land and building fences. Flatboat crewman, navigating the Mississippi River. Storekeeper, where he gained a reputation for fairness. Postmaster and county surveyor, respected for his integrity. Every job he held helped him understand ordinary Americans, farmers, traders, settlers, and they, in turn, saw in him something rare: honesty, intelligence, and vision. The lawyer with a moral compass. Without formal education, Lincoln taught himself law by reading Blackstone's commentaries. He passed the bar in 1836 and quickly became known as a brilliant and honest attorney. People came to him not just for his legal knowledge but for his fairness. He was often willing to turn down a case if he believed it was unjust. He practiced law for over 2 decades, traveling from town to town across Illinois. This not only built his reputation, it gave him a deep understanding of the people and the land. Path to the presidency. Lincoln entered politics in the Illinois state legislature in 1834 as a member of the Whig Party. He served 4 terms and later became a member of the U.S. House of Representatives in 1847. He was an eloquent speaker but remained largely unknown on the national stage. That changed in 1858, when Lincoln challenged Stephen A. Douglas for a U.S. Senate seat. Though he lost, their famous Lincoln-Douglas debates catapulted him to national fame. Lincoln's clear moral stance against the spread of slavery struck a chord across the country. In 1860, with the newly formed Republican Party seeking a candidate who could unite both moderates and radicals, Lincoln was chosen as a compromise candidate. His humble origins, clean record, and powerful speeches helped him win the presidency. Presidency, 1861 to 1865. Lincoln took office at a time of deep national crisis. 7 southern states had seceded, forming the Confederacy, and the nation was on the brink of war. Instead of panicking, Lincoln stood firm. Throughout the Civil War, he made hard decisions, including preserving the Union through relentless leadership, appointing and reappointing generals until he found one who could win, Ulysses S. Grant, expanding presidential power during wartime, controversially but decisively, and most importantly, in 1863, issuing the Emancipation Proclamation, which declared enslaved people in rebel states to be free. Though it didn't end slavery immediately, it changed the purpose of the war and turned it into a fight for human freedom. Lincoln also pushed for the 13th Amendment, which would abolish slavery permanently. It passed Congress in early 1865, just before his death. Leadership style. Lincoln was known for being a master communicator, using plain language to reach the hearts of ordinary people. He relied on humor, parables, and logic. He had a strong moral compass, but also a keen political mind. He was patient, humble, and strategic, often criticized for being too slow, but rarely wrong. Despite immense pressure, personal grief, and national division, he never gave in to hatred or vengeance. His goal was always reconciliation, not revenge. Assassination and legacy. On April 14, 1865, just days after General Lee surrendered, ending the Civil War, Lincoln was shot by actor John Wilkes Booth at Ford's Theater in Washington, D.C. He died the next morning, becoming the first U.S. president to be assassinated. But even in death, his vision endured. He became a symbol of freedom, equality, and unity. Abraham Lincoln's story is not just about politics. It's about how a poor farm boy, armed only with books and conviction, rose to lead a nation through its darkest hour. He showed the world that leadership isn't about wealth, privilege, or appearance, but about courage, empathy, and unwavering principles. Nearly all men can stand adversity, but if you want to test a man's character, give him power. Abraham Lincoln.